Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, where we, again, can't lose, despite the fact that we probably should have on many occasions. This seems like Azazel again. Lazarus. You know what? Lazarus, not a great character, but a cool mechanic, so I'm into it. NNLC2TQL. Thank God there's a number in there. We all know the letters give the seeds their bad properties, and the numbers give their seeds, or give the seeds their good properties. So we're very, very lucky that we did get a number in here. Otherwise, we might have been in some serious trouble. Honestly, it feels like, obviously, you take Guppy's tail. I think we maybe just want to do this in a way that we die in an appropriate fashion. Like, for example, you do that. I'm happy with this. I'm just scared, even though I know if we go into the curse room, we're gonna get our lunch money back. There we go. And feels like I'm walking on sunshine. Okay, good to know. So we immediately basically took advantage of the extra bonus you get as Lazarus for respawning, because there were spirit hearts to guide us. And it's certainly not like we're out of the woods yet, but we also got Guppy's tail, which is, I mean, getting a Guppy item not from a deal with the devil, and especially early on, gives us a really, really high chance, I think, of, relative to the average, of making the Guppy transformation happen. And then Deadshot is actually an item that I wish showed up, like, 3 times as often as it does, because it's so excellent. But it's a really, really nice damage bonus that allows us to fairly easily, you know, get up to ridiculous amounts of damage here. Blood Bag is also lovely. This one is almost like the safest Lazarus run you could imagine at this point. We've already used our respawn, we've gotten an HP upgrade and a bunch of, like, contingency HP to roll with. Not to mention a pretty solid damage upgrade. And the other thing about Deadshot is that it lasts room to room, apparently, so... Okay. I did just have our damage there, but... that's fine. Duke of Flies. It builds up really quickly, too. It's like 5 consecutive shots, and we get the maximum damage bonus, which is like double our existing damage, so... I think we're in a great spot. Like a perfect Tears upgrade and lots of HP backing us up as well. This is the kind of run that makes people mad. Not that mad because it's not just Brimstone, but pretty mad because it's so ridiculously strong right off the bat. No extra Guppy items. Speed up is lovely. Tears down is not, but it's a pretty small Tears downgrade in comparison to the Tears upgrade that we got, so. Virus, which is also excellent. Sadly, we did use our key to grab those, or to grab the golden chest, but I thought it was worth it the way our luck had been going. This looks like it's going to be pretty much smooth sailing here. Sure, I'll take Karma. Until you got a daughter, that's what I call karma, and you pray to God she ain't grow breasts too soon. That's Kanye West's thought on what it's like to have a daughter. From before he had a daughter, but still. Words to live by? It sounds weirder than it is, I assure you, probably. I mean, I don't know what's going on, and I would never deign to suggest that I know what's going on in the beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy of Kanye West. I listen to the lyrics I interpret. John Bryan on the keys right now. Excuse me, sir. Okay, thank you. It's a pretty bad situation there, but let's be honest. I mean, I'm taking some damage that I'm not at all proud of right now, and we've squandered more HP than, you know, normally you have a chance to even squander at this point of the game, you know? Things usually start a little fragile here in our embryonic state. Oh my God. But we're really just kind of riding it out until we get our deal with the devil here. It's also the first Isaac run of the day. Cut me some slack. Normally I start with the daily, but figured today we'll just start with a little old, you know, pseudo-random streak run. I was actually thinking, you know, Isaac, I think it's fair to say, is crested. Isaac's on the way, it's on the denouement of its popularity, so we're probably getting past the days of 2-a-day Isaacs pretty soon. So, I mean, honestly, since you guys are watching it, I'm interested to get your feedback. I already tweeted about it probably like a week and a half ago at this point, and I was like, you know, if 2-a-day Isaacs stop, what do you want to see in its place? And there's a lot of good suggestions. You know, one of the things that came up more than once was another RimWorld campaign. And I like the idea of that. I think RimWorld's a fantastic game. I haven't played it in a while. It's been like 2 big updates, so that's good. Some people suggested a return to like a rotating sort of roguelite. Not specifically Tumbleseed, which is a rotating roguelite, I guess, in a literal sense, but like to bring, you know, once a week, or not once a week, sorry, but every week, you know, this week's gonna be Spelunky, this week's gonna be FTL, this week's gonna be Tumbleseed, this week's gonna be Flinthook, etc., etc. This week's gonna be Rogue Legacy, maybe. And I think that's a cool idea as well. And then something that came up a lot was, you know, doing more Let's Look Ats. Those are tougher to swing than a 45-minute episode of a roguelite, admittedly, because that requires a little bit more prep time up front, but certainly, you know, you could replace some Isaacs with a lesser quantity, but maybe higher quality of Let's Look Ats. But yeah, I'm interested to know what people think. And I got 2 more things to bring up. One of them is, if we start doing 1 Isaac episode a day, what do you want to see? Randoms? Or, you know, quote-unquote streak runs, or dailies? I think I know the answer, but I'd be eager to have you all weigh in regardless. And then, I was thinking, like, one of the things we could do to freshen it up here. Obviously, I'm stoked that there's, I'm stoked that there's booster packs coming out, at least every now and then, because that adds fresh content. But I was also thinking, one thing I've never done in Isaac is build up a save file from 0, except when Rebirth first came out. So we could actually take a super trip down memory lane and do like a quest to get real Platinum God again. But I don't know, because I see the value of both. I see the value of and I know people are going to say, oh, I'm not here for the gameplay anyway. Obviously, after like 5 years. But, you know, it would be nice to take a trip down memory lane, but we'd be missing out on all these cool sort of items, at least from the get-go, that provide these weird synergies that sometimes can make or break an episode in terms of its quality. But anyway, I digress. Let me know what you think about that. So, you know, going to 1 Isaac episode a day with the knowledge that the Isaac episode would be replaced by something else that would probably come out on a daily basis. It does open up time for me to do different videos, admittedly. And then, you know, dailies or non-dailies. Have your say. Comments or tweets. And then, new save file, yay or nay. Just whatever it doesn't have to be a well-reasoned opinion. Just whatever you think your 2 cents would be. I'd like to hear it. You know, it's, in the end, this is not a democracy. And it sounds rude, but, you know, I want to do what the people want, but I also want to do what entertains myself, because I think that actually makes for the better content as well. So we'll put it all in a little you know, crock pot and slow cook it and see how the opinions feel after like a week or so, and see what the world holds for us. But for now, okay, yeah, we already went in there. We didn't need to use a bomb, but that's okay. How's this run going? Well, it got not that much better for a little while. But now is in like a real nice spot. Our damage is decent, and then Book of Shadows combined with the virus is like an engine. I wouldn't say it's gonna like easily generate a bunch of demon hearts for us, but on occasion it should generate demon hearts for us. I mean, let me put it this way. If once every 2 times you use Book of Shadows you get a demon heart, it's Satanic Bible quality. Plus, you get the invincibility out of it, which is also, it's more than Satanic Bible quality. But anyway, I digress. Actually, having Book of Shadows with an orbital is lovely as well, so I'm not sweating it at all. We got balling out of control in a huge way very early on this run, so both of these are pretty not great, but I will take Dark Prince's Crown over not Contract from Below. What is that one? Missing Page 2. The reason for this is basically just because I don't need the red heart. I mean, I wish there was something more to it than that, but there's a chance we can get some benefit out of Dark Prince's Crown. We're not going to get, like, any benefit, I think, out of Missing Page 2. I'd rather use the sun on the next floor. Let's be honest, we don't need the nickel there, so I think we'll just use our sun card on the next floor and probably be set up for a good situation here. Let's head downwards. I mean, we're obviously in a good spot. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of... When I tweeted about it, people were like, oh, is this the end of an era? I don't really think it's like the end of an era. I think there's always going to be an audience for Isaac, for me at least, because it's a game I can play mindlessly, which normally is an insult, but it lends itself to good commentary, I guess is what I'm getting at. And, you know, we have gone down to 1 Isaac per day in the past. Not since, like, the release of Rebirth, I think, but... You know, the game's gotta... It seems like the right time, I guess, for the game to pull back from being, like, the 100% main focus of my channel. It's been, like, 5 years, so that's absurd, for one. And then... Well, actually, it's been more than 5 years. It's been, like, 6 years. And then beyond that, like, Ed is working on new stuff. He's got that new game that looks like Super Meat Boy 2, The End Is Nigh, which is coming out in very early July, which I'm definitely going to check out. And I'm excited that he's not just in the Isaac cave anymore, you know? I think, obviously, he gets all of the credit, but we've both kind of been in this, not shoehorned, but we've been in this Isaac bubble for, like, 5 years where, you know, he said when we've talked to him on, like, roundtables, like, you don't... he didn't expect that Isaac would be the... It was going to be like a little, almost pseudo-game jam thing made in a few months that, you know, just come out, be inspired by the original Zelda, and be kind of like a cool thing for people to appreciate a formula of game that has not been around for that long, or it had not been around for a while at the very least. And then, of course, it ends up, you know, sort of like reigniting the roguelike or roguelite genre at the very least, and, you know... 3 expansions or 4 expansions deep at this point, and there's mods, and it's become its own beast, basically. So I'm excited that he's working on new stuff, and I can't wait to check it out. I know Fingered exists as well, but it feels like The End Is Nigh is like a big project, I guess. Not that Fingered is, you know, a trash fire. It actually just never worked for me, so I can't say whether or not that game's any good. But I do own it. But yeah, it seems like the time is right to maybe step back just a little bit. Have this as like, you know, oh, there's always going to be an Isaac episode, but, you know, maybe my time is better served coming out with new content as well. We kind of phased it out a little bit on the show as well, you know. There's stuff that we can fit in the opening segments that sometimes is a little bit more conducive to banter, and I'm in love with Isaac, but not all of my co-hosts. I think they all like it, but nobody else is really like, this is the greatest game ever made. I really do think that Rebirth plus expansions, I know people have an issue with some of them, but I think that Rebirth plus its expansions might be one of the best designed games ever made. Emotionally, did it transform my life? You know, was it a deep story that I, you know, never thought I'd experience? No, absolutely not. But mechanically, I just think that this is like, Isaac is like a language or a sport or something. Like, this game codified the rules of Isaac, and then you could play it infinity times. And not every run is going to be, you know, lights out, 10 out of 10, amazing, but most of them are going to have some element of uniqueness and entertainment that, that's cool. Anyway, I'm getting a little sappy here, but it's, again, still going down to 1 Isaac episode a day is 365 episodes a year. That's more than a lot of YouTubers put out of, you know, anything. And I'm talking about, like, oh, is it the end of an era, you know? It's a little overly sentimental. But anyway, yeah, this is largely a segue for me to be like, let me know what you think, because my livelihood essentially depends on your feelings about things. So, you know, it's very helpful and reassuring for me to know your perspective. Helps guide, you know, the business aspect of producing what I hope is entertainment. Anyway. Or at least background noise. Like, I'm completely okay being professional background noise. I've actually started using Twitch as background noise. Which, previously, you know, anytime we've had this conversation, I really thought we'd get keys out of it, but I'm not really mad because it's also still good. I've been like, you know, I don't really watch YouTube and Twitch, and it's true. It's not because I think, like, it's beneath me, but it's just, I don't have a lot of time. Like, when people tell me I watch you when I'm working, I'm like, I get that. You can just put it on in the background, and, you know, I'm kind of like a slightly variable pattern of audio signals that you can listen to, and it keeps you in the zone, maybe, and every once in a while you listen intently, and maybe you have a giggle or two. That's fine. But, obviously, like, I can't listen to other stuff while I'm working here. It'd be a little weird and probably the commentary would suffer and the audio quality of the episode would suffer, but you get the idea. But yeah, so most of the time that I'm actually busy, I've been recording, so I can't listen to stuff as background noise. But you know, as I've been doing more and more programming, I knew there's who has programming on the NL bingo card. Make sure to mark that off. But as I've been doing more and more programming, I've had more and more time where, you know, I'm not auditorily compromised, and you know, put on like Rob or Nick or Austin's stream or somebody else that's in the crew, and you know, just kind of hang out. Don't say anything, just sort of lurk there, always watching. Did you deliberately phrase that in the creepiest way possible? Yes. Yes, I did. I really wanted that deal. I gotta be real with you. You know, this is a perfect run to rush through. And I'm not saying I'm rushing to be careless, but I'm rushing because there's really no reason not to. We don't have enough money to justify going back to the shop. We have unlimited HP, so I'm effectively, like, I could not be safer on the run. And I also have almost no benefit to continually going back for more stuff. So I'm still cracking these. I'm hoping to get more keys out of it, and that did indeed work, thankfully. It's a little bit of a gamble. That one did not give me a key, but it gave me a sun card, which is also good. So we come in here. What do we got here? We got another key. Okay, so we will open that last chest, and then the room has value for us, so this could be closer to Bookworm. It isn't, but it could have been. And we want to keep our hermit card. We're not even close to making equality pop, so I don't sweat that. I mean, as a society as well, but in this game, equality's got no chance right now. Lover's card. Okay, you can grab that if you want, but I don't even care about the spirit arts at the present moment. I will say we're slightly behind the curve in damage, and Deadshot completely makes up for it, especially with our rate of fire being as good as it is, but it'd be a good time to get some deals with the devil that improved our damage. But honestly, if we have duality, we're going deal with the angel. Deal with the angel is always going to be the preferred choice when we have a choice, unless it's like our performance is strongly encouraged to be like we need to do extremely well on this run specifically, like on a daily, for example. Devil deals are usually preferable, but on a run where the consequences are a little lighter or the stakes are lower, of course I'm gonna go deals with the angel because they're rarer, you know. It's more interesting that way. We've got like the perfect good defensive run right now. We're like the 2003 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know, who's the quarterback on the team that won the Super Bowl? I don't know. It's Brad Johnson, you know? The Brad Johnson. But, you know, you look back and you say, why did those guys beat Rich Gannon's led Oakland Raiders? It's very simple. Defense. 5 sacks? A little crazy. Emperor card. We will take the Emperor card from this point onwards, but from the teleportation onwards. First, we're going to go and grab whatever's in Boss Rush, and we actually do have Deal with the Devil chances here. And we actually have the money for the shop as well. We'll deal with the Devil / deal with the Angel chance. You get the idea. All right. Dusted, well and truly. Scorpio is a pickup that is like the definition of it's fine. You know. It's, some poison damage. It's not like Dead Cells where we're stacking up poison stacks and enemies are melting in front of our face. It's just like a little DOT. Pretty young thing. Michael Jackson. Can't do a Michael Jackson impression. Can't even be evocative of a Michael Jackson impression. I can just go like, Shimone. There you go. There's my Michael Jackson impression. There's a web series in there somewhere. Bad impressions. Not for me, but for someone else. I've got some bad impressions. Even my good impressions are bad, but my bad impressions are spectacular. If that's what you're going for. Like, I can't do a Christopher Walken impression. I hear him speak and it's idiosyncratic, but I just don't understand. That's genuinely me trying there. Obviously, we're going Mulligan, Hermit out. Grab this, and you know what? You've been good to me lately, Donation Machine. Let me pay it back. It's a lot of luck upgrade. Is it a random chance to get a luck upgrade from your Donation Machine? You know, I'm actually going to take the world card because it's closer. Is it a random chance to get a luck upgrade from the donation machine? Because I always thought it was like pre-programmed at certain intervals. Either way, this floor is nice. I mean, we're considering we haven't gotten like almost any damage upgrades. We're actually in a fantastic position. And that's... It takes a unique run to make that happen. So we've got almost like infinite Spirit Hearts and Demon Hearts. You know, if that's our desire. Oh, the camera was freaking me out there, dude. Scrolling camera and Isaac is still something I don't think I've actually gotten used to here. Do we have a secret room access to the curse room back there? Because I would still like to, you know, have a chance to become Guppy. And we do have, like, infinite HP. But I'm... Okay. Because I love you, and this is my job, I'll go back and go to the curse room. That was pretty poor damage, but... I'll level with you that this were off camera. I ain't going back for this curse room. Because I've already committed to getting deals with the devil. Sorry, deals with the angel if they show up. Don't find it that likely the Guppy dream is going to come to fruition. And I know I said earlier that it was like relatively likely that we would get a Guppy deal. Basically that has just changed because of the fact that we haven't gotten any deals with the devil. Like we struck out on some... We got Krampus once. We struck out on the 30% deal, and then we struck out on the 60% deal as well. So, just you know, not in a bad spot, obviously, but could be better. So we're hoping for a merciful stars teleportation here. Not a great curse room, but not bad. And I would say this is not unmerciful. We have the best Pokemon as well. So I am not sweating anything in that department. I mean, it's really just... I'm glad I had some administrative stuff to talk about on this run, because apart from the administrative stuff, the run is just so lights out. But it's not lights out like we shoot a bomb that is a sad bomb that, you know, shoots 12 Ipecac bombs out of it. This is a surprisingly tough sentence to say, believe it or not. It's really just like a good run. It's great in almost every conceivable category. I mean, we're at 20 minutes. We're about to be on the cathedral, so you can't have a bad run like that. But statistically, you know, particularly our damage is just not really doing much. And then beyond that, we don't have, you know, like a blank card Yera setup or anything like that. It's just like a really, really good run. Take the tiers upgrades, because we might be about to lose, well, I mean, again, we're taking a deal with the angel, but if we get HP and we forget not to take it, we might lose the Dark Prince's Crown effect forever, which is basically like, you know, don't cry about it. It's not worth very much, but... So this is... Actually, it might seem like I should be stoked to take Goathead, but it gives us nothing. We had a 100% chance for a deal anyway. And if we ruined that 100% chance for the deal, we would be dead. Quite literally, so... We're not going to take Moldy Bread. Because, again, we want to preserve our... We want to preserve our rate of fire bonus. Through Dark Prince's Crown. Dark Prince's Crown actually, like, was very amenable on this run. Just a nice little upgrade that I can't really complain about. Yeah, I mean, why not? Now, what do we want as far as items go here? Can we get 2 key pieces here and just get the Mega Satan fight, like, right off the bat? Or in one go, I should say. We didn't get hit, or at least have not gotten hit. It's kind of a surprise. No, 1 key piece. We'll take Eucharist. Which, I mean, it didn't really matter which one we took, I guess, is what I'm getting at. To be honest with you, I don't really want to fight Hush on this run. It's a weird situation of being, like, really good, but also sort of unremarkable that I don't see the value in the Hush fight except for, like, artificially extending the episode by making me mad at the boss that I'm fighting. Two of Hearts. I mean, Two of Hearts, Ace of Diamonds, neither of them have essentially any benefit for us right now. But still, like, this is like a really good introduction to Isaac. It's weird because, like, nobody is being introduced to Isaac probably at this point, or very few people, but, you know, you don't want to show somebody, you're like, hey, you should play this game, check it out, and, you know, you shoot your tier once, then it covers the screen in, like, flying scythes that are intimidating, you know? You show them this run and go like, oh, you know, that game looks easy. One day they'll learn and they'll have respect, but for now, let them believe that. I mean, I guess it is a little easy most of the time. Okay, what do you got for me? Spirit, thank you. Turn these all into keys. We do have Guppy's tail, so we would like to be... Oh, I shouldn't have taken that yet. We would like to be able to open all of the chests that we'll inevitably come across here. And as you can see, like, we can't lose HP as fast as we gain it. For many reasons, but the big ones are Dark Bum and the Virus. And then, you know, Sackboy plus Sack of Sacks, generating a lot of Spirit Hearts directly, but then also consumables, and they have a chance to be Red Hearts, and then the Red Hearts get turned into Spirit Hearts via Dark Bum. Like, we have the engine. We have, like, the most sustainable run in human history. You know, we're an environmental leader right now. Joker? I want that Joker card. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I want to get teleported to a deal with the devil and have no choice in the matter, and then be like, okay, fine, I guess we'll take Guppy. You have my word, I'm not going to use this Emperor card. The run's already going to be a little on the short side. I'm already exposing myself to those, you know, oh, must be a speedrun comments in the YouTube videos, you freaking, well, everybody's a comedian, you know? Now it's happening in Battlegrounds, though. It's like, oh, win-length episode, and then they put lull at the end. And I say, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for your engagement. That was bad damage. But I think it couldn't be less relevant right now. I would love to use this Emperor card if we got stacked on this floor. If we could use the Emperor card on Void, I might consider it, but... Okay, how do I feel about this? I like number one despite the range compromise. Range is still pretty good. Although it doesn't actually affect our rate of fire. Now we've raised our tier cap a little bit, which is nice. Or lowered it, depending on your perspective. So I have no idea where we are now. I don't know, it's weird because the Pisces pickup is good in the sense that it obviously made our rate of fire better. But it's kind of bad in the sense that it gives us knockback, so like our tiers are slightly less effective. I really do think that knockback is mostly like a negative stat. It's a situational stat, at the very least. And the chest is really like exemplifying the way I've felt about this run, which is that it's fine. And I'm just surprised that we're down here as quickly as we are. Because we're not really, you know, sticking it to the bosses here. But it's certainly, don't take this as me complaining. I actually had a really good time on this run, and you know, if we're gonna have a run that's only like probably a little bit below average, it's nice that it started by being massively above average, so that I got to ride that momentum for a long time. You know, give me Deadshot on the first floor any day of the week, then, you know, a below average run for a long time, and then, you know, on the chest, they're like, okay, here's Polyphemus Brimstone, Proptosis, and like, you know, the full Guppy transformation. It's not a below average run either. Like, we've got a decent setup, and then combine that with the mulligan. We're basically like, we're like pseudo Guppy. There's a girl that's been on my mind all the time. Pseudo Guppy doesn't. It's one too many syllables. I didn't think it would happen considering Susudio is about 1,000,000 syllables long itself, but. Chubby, just like these are like slightly above average items. This whole run is slightly above average. It's like a Wes Anderson character. Emperor, Hermit, Justice. Justice. Takes my blade. Here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna, like, walk into this guy and, like, roast him. He stands no chance. Your ashes will scatter to the earth. You will be no more. And then I'm gonna teleport out, and I'm gonna fight him again. Because we can. There's a case to be made for me being an idiot for doing this. It did introduce a non-zero chance of death, but it's also my favorite Chemical Brothers album. I don't know anything about the Chemical Brothers. I wasn't, you know, 18 when The Matrix came out. Alright. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Let me know what you think about what I suggested earlier. And, you know, do so in comments on Twitter. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And I'll see you next time.